Hello my scrappy friends, a big welcome to my channel today. Thank you so much for stopping by. So I am sharing a project for Traci Reed Designs. This was for Sketchy Sunday 21, I think it was. And it's that fun sketch. So you can see I printed it on 12 by 12 paper there as well. And I've actually printed this so I can use it as somewhat of a template. So I'm going to cut those pieces out. But what I also showed you is that I had printed one of the 12 by 12 pattern papers on some textured white American Crafts cardstock, and oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I didn't realize, and I should have really looked at it sooner, but I can print 12 by 12, like true to size 12 by 12 pattern paper, and I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because I'm in Australia, I didn't think I'd be able to print 12 by 12, but I can. So I'm using my American Crafts textured white cardstock, and I may have printed a few different pattern papers, to be truthfully honest. I love the floral in this collection, which, by the way, is the Happy Day collection, which is the most recent release by Traci. It's so super fun. I love it. The colours, the icons, the words. Yes, it's a celebration collection, but it is to celebrate anything and everything. It's not just like obviously birthdays. There is also a collection that goes with that, which was part of a freebie over International Scrapbooking Weekend, and that is the Happy Birthday collection, which is also super fun. I've got some layouts that I want to make with that too. I've got a whole bunch of this printed and sitting on my desk in front of me, staring at me going, haha, you haven't used me yet. But you can see there, I've got the floral that I have cut at full 12 by 12. And then I have got this, I wanted a white border on my photos, but I wanted something that wasn't plain white. So I printed one of the 12 by 12 pattern papers from, I think that's the Happy Birthday collection, the confetti one. And I really like how that breaks up my photo from the background. It's white, but it's also a bit fun. As you can see, I am scrapbooking our new car, which we got in March. I love this thing. It's my new favorite toy. I just love it. I have used that 12 by 12 copy of the sketch to trim down my photos. I decided to switch out those 3 spots with 3 photos instead of just, I think in the sketches one. One is just the car, one is the car, myself and hubby, and then the other one is the Speedo from when I first drove it. When we first picked it up, it only had 8Ks on it. When I remembered to take my photo, it had 9Ks on it. But I feel like I need to also include an insert with a story on it, because needless to say, it was hilariously funny. I really believed that when I got the new car, it would have 0 kilometers on the Speedo, but one of my very good friends kind of looked at me and went, well, how do you think they get it on the boat? And I'm like, well, I didn't think that far ahead, but it was hilariously funny. So yeah, I did take a photo of the Speedo at 9Ks. I sent that to my friend as well. I'm like, look, it's not on 0. But just the fact that I just hadn't even thought beyond how they would get it across the water to me without driving it. So yeah, I have used those super fun holographic thickers to create my title, which is in the same place. You'll notice with the sketch as well, I flipped it. I flipped it like so that the big circle was on the left, it's now on the right, and the little one was on the right, it's now on the left. I just felt like it worked better with the angle of my photos. I've gone through my my stickers from this collection, and I've made a pile of the ones that I think I'm going to use. I've left in a big chunk of me trying to sort through what I think I'm going to use, what I'm not sure I'm going to use. I thought that you guys might like to see that the struggle is real, not, it's not just people that don't record process videos. We all struggle at times. looking at this now, I do like that little banner there, but I do decide to move it. I also didn't want to cover up that stand, so I don't know about you, but when we got this card, this is the first card that had a big bow on it, it had a sign on it, and I was super excited. I've still got the A4 signs that have got our name on it, and congratulations. I'm such a dork, but couldn't help it. So you can see I'm playing with some of these stickers, really not sure where I want to go. After a little while, I do come up with an idea, and I really like how this ends up, but it does take me a little while to get there. Just bear with me while I'm going to have a sip of my tea. So I kind of went, okay, maybe I need to play more with circles because I've got those circular elements already. And then I remembered that I'd printed these from the, I think they're from the embellishments in the digital kit. I'm going to take that banner off now. And I remembered that I printed 3 so that I could create my 3 clusters. I think from memory I'm sticking pretty closely to the sketch again, or still. I've also, these hearts are also from the embellishments. Again, I've printed those, and you can see I've printed 3 different patterns in 3 different sizes each. I'm going to go with the rainbow stripe. And I decided to go the smallest one with the smallest photo, the biggest heart with the biggest photo, and then the medium-sized one with the medium-sized one. And then I've got that circle that says cheers. I'm going to pull this in to add my journaling. I like that, actually fits really well there. I like that. I don't know if you noticed before, but I also have inked all around the edges of my photos and my photo mats, and I'm going to ink around the edges of all of my stickers as well. I feel like it just gives it a bit more depth and dimension, separates all the pieces a bit more. I'm happy with how all this is looking. I wanted to add in a bit more to the hooray down the bottom, but I thought I would start sticking things down and adding the ink to the edges. I'm using the Black Soot Archival ink for this one, I think, from memory. So you can see I'm just inking and then sticking. I think, yeah, so I've jumped forward. No, I haven't jumped forward. What am I doing? So I'm going to stick down this word hooray, which I believe I've also inked. I just want that straight. Making sure that's stuck. Then I'm going to come in with these little foam thickers. I love these things, they're so cool. Hip hip hooray. I'm going to add a couple more. So up the top I've got 9 km for 9 kilometers on my Speedo. And then down the bottom I'm just putting in a CX5, which is the model of my car. And then I'm going to add a few more of those alphas. You'll see those in just a minute. I think, yeah, everything's stuck down. So everything's inked and stuck down here. I think I'm trying to decide what to do next. So I'm going to add in my journaling. And I cannot for the life of me remember what I wrote. If you want to see, maybe check out the close-ups at the end. Something about how excited I was about the new car because red goes faster. Again, another funny story. I told my kids that red goes faster and they were like, really, Mum, is that why you got a red car? So yeah, you can see I've added zoom up around that edge of the photo. For anyone that's not in Australia, for a long time Mazda had ads and they referred to the Mazdas as, like, they were zoom. Mazda was their slogan. So this car's become zoom. That's what we call it. Wanted to add my date in here, so I'm using one of the labels from the sticker pack and my roller stamp. I'm just going to tuck that in there. And that pretty much, I think, calls it done. I think I add Oh, add some enamel dots. I went, you know what, I'm going to add some more circular things. So I start with some red enamel dots. Because, you know, red car. I'm so excited that I have a red car. It's so silly, but that's okay. Then I come in with some other colours. I think that's blue. Oh, that's blue gems. And then I add in some white ones. So I've got my little triangle of red, white and blue. Hey, I just realised red, white and blue. And then I may add some splatters. Yep, so my black, and I believe I use my white Indie ink as well. Oh yes, I've covered up my photo. Coming in with the paintbrush. By the way, these are the new Art by Marlene, I think. Clear acrylic handle paintbrushes. The best thing ever. If you are anything like me and you do not meticulously clean your paintbrushes, you'll know the struggle with the handles getting soggy on wooden paintbrushes. These things are incredible, and they work really well with paint as well, and for adding splatters. So if you want some good paintbrushes, I can highly recommend these. I bought mine from Natalie May. So adding splatters there, I'm pretty sure that I add white as well, just in exactly the same way. I feel like the white just kind of lifts everything a bit more, which is why I chose the white foam alphas as well. Sorry, my voice is a little bit scratchy, and yeah, just drinking my tea. Alright, so that is going to call my page done. If you head over to Traci's blog, you will see all of the other girls' take on this fun sketch. Circles is not something I normally find particularly easy to work with, but starting with the sketch certainly made it much easier, and I really love how my page came together. I love that I've scrapbooked these photos, and so soon after we got the car. If you have any questions, please make sure you drop them below. I'll make sure I link everything in the description box below. As always, thank you ever so much for choosing to spend your scrappy time with me. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you follow along with my scrappy journey. And if you want notifications, apparently you can click the bell and you'll get a notification whenever I post. As always, thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate all of your comments, all of the time that you do choose to spend with me, all of your likes, everything. So yeah, I hope you are having a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next process video.